In this episode of Kiss Corporate Goodbye, Kim and I talked to Brett Labit, the co-founder of InTheTribe.io, and he's going to share with us how he went from one network marketing company that lasted 5 days to another one that he spent 10 years that really shaped his life and his career. And he's going to share how having a congruent tribe of people that are in it to win, 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 meaning everyone wins. You will learn so much from this episode. Okay, hello everyone. This is Sherry and this is Kim.
Hey guys.
Welcome to the Kiss Corporate Goodbye podcast. We are so excited because today we have one of our favorite people on the planet, Mr. Brett Labit. We have known Brett a little over a year right now, and not only are you a phenomenal coach and mentor, but just an all-around awesome human being. So we are so happy that you said yes, that you would join us today. And Kim's going to give you a little bit more proper introduction.
So for those of you who don't know Brett, you absolutely will want to, because he's the president and co-founder of InTheTribe.io. And if you don't know what this is, you are going to know, because it is a cutting edge social marketplace that really empowers people to build thriving tribe. He is shaking up the social media platforms and you really are going to be blown away when you hear and learn and see what he is doing to really create thriving tribe. But he's also the founder of a global business directory called wevoglobal.com, and he has helped so many individuals get unstuck. He's helped lots of people in network marketing. He's just helped lots of people, period. And we are so thrilled to have you. So thank you, Mr. Brett, for being with us. And just like Sherry said, for really just being in our lives.
Yes. And
well, you two could ask me anything and I'm going to say yes, because I love you both. And I'm just so grateful to be with you and honored that you would even think of me in this important work that you're doing with Kiss Corporate Goodbye. So yeah, let's rock and roll. I'm excited.
Cool.
Let's do it. And for our listeners, most of you know that one of the reasons why we started this podcast is really just to not only elevate the network marketing profession, but to show how people can take network marketing and use it as a pathway to really follow their passion. And that's exactly what Brett has done. So I would love for you to share a little bit about your background, how you were introduced to network marketing, and how that really led you to where you are today.
Sure, absolutely. Well, let me say a couple things to maybe help frame my opinions as I share them. I am a firm believer and lover of network marketing, many companies that I endorse and believe in. I'm not currently involved in network marketing, not because I don't love it. I just have my focus on some big global projects I'm working on. And so, yeah, I was at a very young age. I remember being 18, maybe 17, 18 years old, and I saw this video of a couple that was building a skincare company in network marketing. And I remember just having my tears run down my face going, I want to live like them. I'm sure many people listening to this podcast had that experience. And at 18, I began my first network marketing business, and it lasted about a week.
That's good. That's about right.
I had my 5 closest friends say no, and I quit. But it did spark something in me that later led to a long, productive, life-shaping experience in network marketing later down the road when I matured a little bit. So yeah, that's kind of how I got introduced. And does that answer that, Sherry, or do you need a little more?
No, that's awesome.
So then that was your 5-day stint. And then what happened after that? And how did you get back in the industry?
Well, I started some traditional business and I had great success. You know, I had moments right around that 18, 19-year-old age where I would go work for 4 hours, make $1,000. And by the way, college lasted the same length of time for me, 5 days of college. And I said, nope, not me. And so, I would start a small business and grow, and then I would hit a wall and I would stop or fail, and then I would grow a little bit bigger and hit a wall and stop and fail. And then I met a couple down the road, and just really respected the couple and loved what they were doing. I loved what they stood for. And it began a 10-year road in a network marketing company that really shaped and formed a lot of what I do today. I could honestly say that a lot of my success today comes from my experience with that couple, with the mentorship, the training, the organization, and a lot of the principles behind Thriving Tribes. So, yeah, that's how I came back around. I think around age 23, and it was life changing for me.
So when you joined again at 23 after your 5 days and 5 year hiatus, were there some fears or misconceptions that you had thinking, oh my gosh, I tried this once, it didn't work, or you didn't work, we should say. What were your thoughts as you just jumped in? Did you just take that leap of faith because you liked the couple that introduced you? Or, what kind of fears did you have saying, okay, here we go again?
Well, that's a great question. I've never been a really fearful person. So, but I probably had some subconscious things running around in my world that were keeping me from growing. So, fear was not a big one of them to a large degree, but what happened for me is I was constantly questioning what people would think, and maybe ultimately that translates to a fear. But in the early days, it was, what are people going to think? I've mentioned this company, I've mentioned network marketing, and they react a certain way, and everyone has their intelligent opinion about it, which I quickly learned was not so intelligent, but it was their perception. And so in the early years, that was a big stumbling block. What are people going to think? How is my family going to react? Ultimately, all my family was involved with me, my friends, because I decided to live my life and my business in such a way that I wasn't out promoting network marketing. I was promoting people, and the byproduct was that they would join me through a trusted relationship in network marketing. And so once I reframed that, things started to take off. So
Well, and I think for me too, that was my biggest thing when I started. I had a pretty big corporate job. And so I was like, well, what are people going to think? Are they going to think that I'm just failing in corporate? That, I had all these misconceptions. And then I started to think about my life and I was like, you know what? Nobody is showing me a better way that I can make money and kind of take control back. And I thought, I might as well take this leap of faith and see. And I'll be honest, when I started, I had no high hopes, no expectations that this was going to be the thing that kind of transformed my life. And it did take me a while to get over the what will people think. For a long time, when people asked me what I did, I would say, well, I am the marketing director of this company. Oh, and I have this little side thing. But as soon as I turned that side thing into, oh, I'm building my own business in network marketing, then people were like, oh, tell me more. So was there something that the couple said or something that was different this time? Because, I mean, you were different. You're obviously older. And with that comes some wisdom, we hope, right? But what was different this time that you thought, you know what? I like this couple, but because there was another couple before, you must have a thing for couples, right?
right. Apparently.
So what was different this time, or what was appealing this time, or what kind of just made you see things in a different light?
Well, as you both know, I'm very strategic. So I would like to say there was this great emotional connection I had. But the fact of the matter is, there are some unarguable points about network marketing that even at a young age I could see. Yeah, I've been strategic since I was in my teens. Adults were taking advice from me when I was in my teens, and because I could see things a little bit different. Some of the things that I saw right away, not only with this couple but with the company, was they had a proven, established, viable track record of product, of good product and good product sales. I could also see that it didn't require a lot of overhead for me. And being strategic, and also being today an innovator and a pioneer, oftentimes one of the things I miss the most in my world today is I have no one to guide me. I have no one that has gone before me doing what I do that could say, don't step there, you're going to blow up. So I get to blow up a lot in my life, which I'm accustomed to, but it's not fun. And so strategically, Kim, to answer your question, I saw these few points as a win-win-win. I had the best possible business vehicle for someone in my position at that time. And the only reason I really ever left network marketing is because I innovated my own ideas. If I hadn't innovated my own ideas, I would take a more sure route, which would be a proven, established mentorship system and product system that is already working.
Right. That's one of the things that we both love, that there is a system for success. I was able to build my business while working full time because at the time I didn't have to reinvent the wheel. I could follow a system. I didn't have to innovate. And while I was working full time, that made sense to me that I could build this business and have the infrastructure behind it and the mentorship behind it and the coaching behind it and feel really good about it. So I get what you're saying.
And I love how you say that it was so strategic, because for me, I just saw it as a business, and I took a look at the business plan, but there were so many things that surprised me. Um, in addition to the business being viable way to earn income, I was so surprised at the camaraderie, the community, the mentorship, the leadership. That's not at all why I joined the personal development, but all those came as a byproduct. Was there anything that surprised you? Because I mean, you went in with a certain, strategy in mind to build a business as well. But what popped up along that 10-year history for you that you're like, oh, I wasn't counting on this. This is a nice surprise.
Well, that's a great question. It's very heartfelt for me. I was just talking to the couple that made the biggest impact on me. We haven't talked for years, and we picked up like we've never lost contact. I placed an order with their son, talk about legacy. Used to move product through them, and now I'm buying from their son that's in his early 20s
Wow.
and supporting that. Yeah, and we love each other, and they want to come to my art galleries, and really excited about In the Tribe, and I want to support them. And a real friendship, I don't think there are a lot of, it's not real common to have real friendship. People think they have real friendship until it breaks, and it breaks easily. And we don't have hundreds of friends, we have a few. And one of the surprising things that came out of my experience was trusted, loyal, committed, long-term friendship. And that's very important to me. I'm as public as I might be at times. I'm a very private person. I don't extend trust easily, just willy-nilly, and I'm not necessarily out in the marketplace afraid of people either. But it's something that people don't really honor that much, and I liked the integrity of the people that I was, in tribe with. And that still goes on today. So it was a big impact and still is.
I think that was a huge impact for me too. I had some great friendships in my life, and I was one of those people that I just need a handful of people. And honestly, I really just need Sherry, and I'm good. And I feel very lucky about that. And that really surprised me about the network marketing industry, that if you are with the right company and the right people and you have the right culture, you do have these lifelong friends. Like, I met people on incentive trips that was instant bonding and we're like besties for life. And I think I started my business truly because I wanted to make an income and leave my corporate job. And that was the biggest surprise for me too, that I actually liked the people I was surrounded by, because in corporate I wasn't around anyone that I really cared about or liked. And so that was a big surprise. So you said a few minutes ago that a lot of the things that you learned in network marketing became this foundation for Thriving Tribe. Can you tell us more about Thriving Tribe, In the Tribe, and how some of the philosophies you learned in network marketing you've kind of transformed? Because I think your philosophy of win, win, win is also a network marketing philosophy where everybody wins. So can you just expand on that?
Yeah, absolutely. So I love this question, Kim. Thank you. Because one of the things I witnessed, I'm going to be very transparent in network marketing, because I think, what you two are doing here is so valuable to anyone that's even asking this question in their mind of kissing corporate goodbye. I witnessed the positives and the negatives of people that operated accurately and inaccurately inside of network marketing. One of the challenges, it's not only network marketing, it's real estate, it's insurance, or anything that you do. You've got to be mindful of the entire ecosystem. Your goal set may mean that you want X amount of people to do X amount of things so that you hit your goals. And we have to be very careful that we put their vision and their goals first. I watched network marketers that rode the backs of people to get where they wanted to go, just like people do in real estate or insurance or any other business. And I watched my mentors who served people and took care of people, and those people felt a sense of loyalty, belonging, inspiration, and they wanted to grow. And therefore, my friends grow, which, by the way, they've reached the top of everything that they were aimed at doing. I was so proud of who they are and where they are. So as I had this experience, I started developing this mindset of an ecosystem of win, 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 meaning while I was in network marketing, I wanted to win, but not at your expense. I want you to win too, and I want everyone around us to win. And I started to draw this physical line around my network or my sphere of influence and say, how do I make that ecosystem, an environment for leadership, success, and significance? And that formed the ideas of Thriving Tribe. So I'll pause there, and if you want to make any comments or ask any questions, but that really, it was that one thing of witnessing an accurate way of engaging people for a win-win-win, or people that are more transactional versus tribal, where they're looking to ride the backs of other people to get where they want to go. I've never been that mentality. I like to work together, side by side, not you perform so that I can get somewhere.
We both want to say, so I think that really differentiates the successful people in network marketing. There are a lot of people, like you said, in any industry that are transactional, but it is the people that have that tribal mentality, that they do want everyone to win, that they're not just selling something for the sake of selling it. It's not do this and I'll get here. It's let me see how I could serve you so that you win, I win, and we all win. And so I truly love that. And like you said, in any industry, we see people doing things the right way. We see people doing things the wrong way. And it seems like you've really embraced that. You created a whole platform to continue to help people with that mentality of Thriving Tribe.
Oh, absolutely. I my whole life, the platform is a thing, right? But behind the thing is a being. It's an essence of who I am. It doesn't matter if I'm having a martini on a patio or, going to an event. It doesn't matter where I am. I'm tribal all the way. So I have these principles and values that govern me as a human. I'm not a perfect human, as you both know. I just finally was able to get my hair cut. So now I'm getting a little better. But, you know, along the way, I think what would really serve a person if their objective is to kiss corporate goodbye or have a better corporate experience. For some people, maybe it's more important they have a better corporate experience, and network marketing alongside of that can help them have a better corporate experience. Maybe they're able to leave corporate. Maybe they're going to go start the next Facebook. Who knows? The ultimately, we all want people doing well and having a better place to live here on this rock called Earth. So the idea of a thriving tribe with my platform or outside of my platform is that you start to look at and view each person you interact with as an important and valuable part of an ecosystem. If you can see that first, then you can build extreme trust and your influence will grow. And what I believe influence to be is when people listen to what you say, they act on what you say, they tell other people what you say and get other people to act on what you say. So if you think of a network marketing structure, that is exactly what is needed for it to grow. You have immediate people that you work with, and that is people listening to what you say and acting on what you say. So influence is the key to that. Now they're going to go tell people what you say and get them to act on what you say. If influence isn't there, it's not going to work. So when you think of the elements that build influence, they always have to be other-centered first. What you want is more important to you than what I want. And if we reciprocate that, we have a great working relationship, and that's where success comes from.
Y'all can see why he's such a good coach, right?
You're awesome. I just made all that up.
But I mean,
I'm just kidding.
yeah, but I mean, that's the essence of network marketing, but it's also the essence of life.
It is.
If you're not putting others first and are always in that selfish mode, your life isn't going to be as fulfilled. I mean,
right.
To me, at least.
What's the quote?
No.
What's that quote? The more people that you serve, it's a famous quote, and I'll figure it out and we'll put it in the show notes if someone, well, you haven't come up with it. I think it might be Brian Tracy or something, or Napoleon Hill about, do you know what I'm talking about?
Well, success is when
you add
I
do. I think I do.
Significance is when you add value to others, something like that.
Well, that wasn't
okay.
it,
Yeah,
but that wasn't
the
it.
one that I was. The one that I was.
Thinking?
Yeah, the one that I was thinking of, if it's the one you're thinking of, and I'm trying to read your mind, it actually, and it's important the source of this. Zig Ziglar said it a lot, and so a lot of people attributed it to Zig Ziglar. It actually came from J. Paul Getty, who was one of the wealthiest men not only in the world, but in the history of the world. And J. Paul Getty said, the key to getting what you want is to help other people get what they want.
Exactly.
There you go.
And if that's what you were intending, Kim, then that's the origin. And it's important you know the origin, because it's not just a fun cliche.
Right. No, that is exactly it. I don't have to look it up and put it in the show notes now. It's J. Paul Getty, but I think that is truly the foundation for any good business, for a good network marketer to have a good thriving tribe. That's where it all starts. And I also think when you have that mentality, instead of a sales mentality, everything starts to change.
Yes.
Consider that origin of one of the wealthiest or the wealthiest in the history of the world, and he's telling you to go serve and to help other people, then you'll get what you want. I mean, he didn't accumulate wealth by just making transactions. He accumulated wealth by serving and helping other people and adding significance. So it's a lot more profound than just a little quote.
Right. Right. And Sherry, you said something earlier, and I want to throw out hopefully a golden tip. If anyone in network marketing, anyone in life would just get this tip, okay? You realize that the key is to help other people get what they want, as J. Paul Getty said, and you'll get what you want. This is actually how Thriving Tribes formed. Is I went out to see if that was accurate or not accurate. It was one of the things piled up in my brain of all this learning that I had to decide, am I going to keep this or let it go? So I went out to test it, and here I am today having what I would consider the life I really want to live. Okay. So, Sherry, you said something. It's not just network marketing, it's life. So here would be the tip, and here would be my question. If we adopt that this is our way of being in life, why would we change it when we got involved in network marketing? Where I see people fail and stumble is all of a sudden they get this newfound excitement and then change their congruent mode of operation in life. Don't change your mode of operation in life. Stay a good human with other people at the center of your focus. Now bring your world into that world with them, because the trust bond won't be broken. The last thing you want to do in network marketing is create what's called a wounded avoider. And a wounded avoider is someone that just experienced you going from the person they love to something different. All of a sudden now that trust barrier gets violated and broken. So the golden tip would be stay congruent to the good human that you are, no matter how motivated you are to achieve your goals. Don't compromise, don't bend.
I love that. And I was just going to ask, what advice would you give to somebody who's considering going into network marketing, maybe versus corporate America? And I think you just kind of hit the nail on the head right there, just by being congruent. But if you have any other advice for people that are, maybe at a crossroads and thinking, do I go back to corporate? Do I stay in corporate? Do I look at something else? Do I start a small business? Do I do network marketing? I mean, there are a lot of options for people. So, what kind of advice would you have for someone that is considering network marketing as their option?
Sherry, as always, you're speaking my love language. It's probably my favorite question. First of all, if you're in corporate, stay there, be there, and do a great job for the moment. Be the best you can be there, no matter how you feel. You're there, and you've elected to be there, so be there and be your highest and best. If you have a seed planted in your mind, you have a vision that has not been fulfilled, a dream, a spark of a dream, some desire that just doesn't seem to be met in corporate America, and you're looking for something different, then what you've got to do is take the late advice the advice of the late Stephen Covey Sr., which was start with the end in mind. Where do you want to go that you currently are not getting to? And there's a happy place in that. I mean, in some people they fantasize so far out that they'll never even attempt. But find a happy place that you really believe that you want to go, that you're not currently at and can't get there through your corporate vehicle. Then reverse engineer that and begin a process of discovery. Find a viable company, one that's been around for a while. Find products and services that you resonate with, and make sure you resonate with them, and you would buy them at retail even if you weren't in. If you wouldn't buy them at retail, why in the world would anyone else? Right? And find people that there are two criteria in these people. Find people that you genuinely want to belong with, and find people that can genuinely and authentically add value to you. If those two criteria are not there, I wouldn't do it.
That's
Because
awesome
you might,
advice.
yeah, if you find people that can add value to you, but you don't feel comfortable belonging, you will no longer be able to receive value from them. So you've got to have both. Those are the things that I would advise someone if they were looking to make a shift from corporate to kissing corporate goodbye.
Awesome. So I want to ask like one more question before we kind of wrap up and learn more about how to connect with you and be in your thriving tribe. You were in network marketing for 10 years. That is to me, that's a long time to do anything. I'm celebrating 15 years in this industry, and that's the longest I've ever done anything. What are some of the key things that you learned while you were building your network marketing business that have transferred over to what you're currently doing now? Or what were some of the life lessons that you learned while you were building your business?
Oh, that's a great question. Well, one is how to engage people,
Mm-hmm.
right? And there are different levels of engagement. There's contact, there's connection, there's relationship, there's inner circle. A lot of what's built into our Thriving Tribe in the Tribe platform is around what I call 5 circles of influence. So I studied, observed, and learned the 5 circles of influence, not by a book, not by, I don't like to learn necessarily by what other people say all the time. I like to learn by observing life and cause and effect and what is actually real. Okay. It's oftentimes that's what books are. They're someone else's observation of cause and effect.
That's why
So
you
I
didn't like
learned how
college.
to, right. So I learned how to better engage people. And all you need to do to become more aware of that is look at how you want to be engaged. Start doing that. Just start there. Quit being in the tunnel vision of what you think is going to convert someone to something you want, and just engage people the way you want to be engaged, right? So I learned that. I learned how to bring people together, and it's one thing to build something. It's another thing to sustain it. There are principles, there are virtues that sustain growth. So I observed that, and I learned how to do that better. You know, I learned how to let people go. One thing I don't do is I don't go save people. People are who they are, where they are, thinking whatever they think, and I'm not. I I don't chase after to try to save people, and I don't try to convince people to be something more than they are. I like to accept people as who they are, and I like to give them the freedom to be who they are to the best of my ability. I'm not perfect at it. And I like to give them hopefully something to aspire to change if they so choose to. I used to say things like, you've got to change. And you don't. The fact is, you don't. You can stay right where you're at. You're just going to get the effect of that causality. You're going to get the result of that. But it's your life. You get to choose that. And one thing that I really strive for in my life today is to allow people to be who they are, so that we can remain together despite whether we agree on our opinions, on our biases, politics, religion, outlook on life. I want to be together more than I want to be right. And because I believe together we can solve a lot of issues that we wouldn't on our own. And so, Kim, I hope that helps. Does that
Nope,
help?
it absolutely did. I think learning to let go of people, especially in the network marketing industry, but in life in general, to let go of people that aren't serving you, that aren't lifting you up. It is a hard lesson, but one that is so important. And I think for us too, being in the industry for a long time, that's something that we've learned. You can love them where they're at and still let go. And I think that's such an important lesson. So thank you for that.
So I think
Yeah.
before we wrap up, we just want you to share with everyone a little bit more about In the Tribe. We've been dripping a little bit on it, but let people know about the tribe and how to connect with you and be part of the tribe and whatever you want to share.
Okay. Well, I would like to say first that if anyone is interested in the tribe, they should contact the two of you. Okay. And to engage me, man, I love people, and as you two know, I just love to be part of your world if that's important to you. If you want it,
You want Brett
they
in
can
your world,
engage me on.
everyone.
I appreciate that. They can engage me on Facebook, Brett Labit, or you can, my email is brett@brettlabit.com. My phone number 520-989-1771. I'm not so important in any stretch of the imagination that I can't give out my phone number, which always makes me laugh. Yeah, I want you to call me. I want to spend time. I can choose to answer or not answer. So I would say that. And as far as the tribe goes, my passion and end goal of In the Tribe, there's this one thing that gets under my skin in life and in business, and it's division. It's people dividing for the silliest of reasons. We get so emotionally charged about our opinions that if someone has a different opinion, we quickly divide. It's where divorce comes from. It's where business partners split. It's where countries go to war. That's my villain in the world. My hero in the world is bringing people together despite all of those emotionally charged opinions we carry, and bringing us together with a set of virtues and common principles and values that don't violate your personal beliefs. And if we can bring us together into groups where we covenant to interact despite our differences, to always find a highest and best resolution, whether in growing business, in living life, in playing golf, in playing poker, it doesn't matter what it is. That's what In the Tribe facilitates. It's a principle value-based platform that uses technology to bring people together into tribes where they can solve social, economic, and marketplace challenges together.
Awesome. So we always end by asking everyone the same question. It's that one last question. And it is, because of network marketing, how has your life changed for the better? I think you kind of
Well,
answered it, but I want you to do it again.
yeah. Well, my whole life, every aspect of it, everything that I am today, not just network marketing, but I got to give a large shout out to network marketing, because it helped form a lot of what I want to think, and it also helped form things I didn't want to think. I think it's important people know that. You're not going to agree with every point about everything. That's no reason to not do something or to do something. Okay. What you have to do is look at your end in mind, which is what I did, and say, this served me in a huge way, and I'm extremely and eternally grateful for it.
Awesome. Absolutely love it. Love you, Brett. Thank you so much for sharing. This is one of those episodes that people are going to have to rewind and or do they even rewind anymore? Listen to again and again, because there's so many amazing nuggets. And I think as we move forward, Thriving Tribe is more important than ever. A new social platform without all the noise and just genuine connection. It is going to change the world, and we thank you for that.
Well, thank you both. I always love being with you, and I can't wait to see you next time.
I know, in person.
In person.
Yes.
And if you guys didn't catch, there's a couple times that Brett mentioned martinis. So you know that it's going to be martinis that we're going to meet Brett for when social distancing is done. So thanks, my friend.
We've got to do that. So thank you, ladies. Appreciate you both.